Hello people, welcome to Tom's Tips. Coming at you from out here in Wigan in my little shack. And you probably noticed I've not made any films for a while and videos because to be honest I can't think of anything to talk about and to show you until today when I realised there's a lot of bullshit spoke about in plumbing nowadays. I mean, when I first started there was a plumber went out and he fixed your toilet and your radiators or whatever it was, and that was it. But nowadays there's a lot of people jumped on our backs and the pen pushers, desk jockeys, leeches. They can't do anything, but they want to tell us how to do things, and I don't like it. But I mean, that's the way I am. Well, I'll just explain to something about you the way I think about it, and it's all to do with there is a little bit of sense in it, but I think I make more sense. That's my opinion. Anyway, I'm going to tell you why. Right, so here's your theory. You've got your boiler, which could be stainless steel, it could be copper, it could be cast iron. Your pipes, they're generally copper, but they can be nowadays be plastic. But you must have some copper. You always need a metre of copper. Your rad valves are generally brass, and your rads are metal. And the water going through these different metals causes a reaction, and the reaction makes the metal give itself up to protect the copper. We're not going into technical terms, but that's what's happening all the time. The water's going around there. So these bits of metal coming out of your rad form sludge. We've all seen sludge, black sludge. So we need to sort of do something about that. Normally we live with it. We've lived with it for years. But nowadays, because boilers are so, the waterways are so thin and tiny, they're going to block the boiler up if they're not protected. So this is why they're recommending us now that we have a filter just before we go back to the boiler. And what this filter is a magnet. That's all it is. It's a magnet in the waterways, and all the bits of metal coming from the rads collect on that magnet, so you can take it out and clean it every year or 6 months or whenever you want to. Make your own mind up whether it's bullshit or whether it's true, but this is what now they're recommending us to do. Right, so we've got to do that, otherwise if something happens to the boiler it's not guaranteed. But this is what I think is the bullshit bit. They're making a magnet that you see in the shops, a great big thing, and it looks clever as anything, mounted right aside of your boiler in your kitchen or wherever. You can box it in, do what you want, but if you box it in then you can't get to it for maintenance. Right, so, and then they want you to put all this protection in. I don't know whether that does any good or not, but nevertheless that's a big business now, and this is what I don't agree with. I know a better method that I would use without any worries. This magnet, you'll pay this filter magnet, it'll cost you 70 to 100 quid to buy, and then you need it fitted. If you fit it yourself, fair enough, it won't cost you anything. But if you have somebody fit it, they're going to want half a day's wages to fit it. Suggestion is, you buy something like that. It's a magnet, or it's not just one magnet, it's a lot of little magnets. See, I don't know if you can see that or not. You know, they're all that size. See that? It jumped on it like that. Push up, see that? Jumps on it. So, you could put that, break it up, put it on the small radiator near your back door, or small radiator anywhere in the house. So they'll collect all the bits of iron that's floating around in your system, and take it off every year, every 6 months, whenever you like, and flush it out. And that's collecting all the metal in your system. Simple, isn't it? The best ideas are simple. Why make a great big clumsy looking thing like that? Of course, to justify that, they're going to say, well, it's also a dosing station. It's only a Dawson station if you've got valves in it. It's no good otherwise. And it's a drain point. It's only a drain point if it's got a drain on. You can put a drain point anywhere. You could make a T. You could put a T in your system, put a dead leg in your T, put that in a dead leg, and it's doing the same job for pennies. I think that was £1. It wasn't £2. It wasn't as much as £2 delivered. And I'll just show you what you can do. Well, this is your magnet now. Take it off in little bits. Put it on your radiator. You can make fancy patterns. Make a face. Be creative. I'd put this on the back though, not on the front. I'm just putting it on the front so you can see what you can do with it. You know, there's plenty on here. There's plenty. That'll collect the muck. So, what would you rather do? Pay £2 for all them magnets, we could spread them out a lot more, if you like. Or pay £100 for a load of bullshit. Up to the individual, isn't it? Okay then, see you later.